Manifesting your love life. Manifesting is when you are creating the poor relationships that you're currently experiencing dating and when you're finding love. Manifesting is when you're devaluing yourself and allowing other people to trample all over you. Manifesting is when you're putting no action into what you want and then creating a life with no relationships because that's what you created. Instead of that, what we want to do is want to learn to manifest the love that we want. We want to be able to manifest the life, the love, the energy, the partner that you want in your life. Because manifestation and manifesting is the same thing. However, one is conscious, one is unconscious. When people are manifesting, what they're doing is they're not manifesting what they want. However, they're unconscious to how to manifest what they want. Now, manifesting is just a conscious measure of finding love, a conscious way for you to put your thought process into what you want and aligning the right actions, beliefs, thoughts, feelings, energy to create the life that you want. And I know it sounds like a lot, however, it's so simple when you do it. I am Sonny Sekon, your love coach, guide, and support to help you find love. I've been helping people find love now for the last 9 to 10 years. And this was due to my own shortcomings with relationships, problems, issues with dating and finding love. Therefore, I went and sought out the best in the world, Tony Robbins, Dr. Joe Dispenza, many great healers to help me understand this great way of love and becoming more. And when I became more within myself with self-value, love, deeper connection, I was able to create that and manifest it into my life. And now I've been able to help many people manifest and create the love and the life that they want. And this is the same thing that I'll be sharing on this call today. We'll be talking about manifesting and what really manifests our lives so that we could become conscious of it. What are the mindset shifts to be able to create the relationship that you want and how to manifest really fast and powerfully so that everything you want in your life can come true. Most importantly, the relationship that you want to bring into your life. I'll be sharing stories about clients as well as personal stories within this video. So please grab a pen and paper and get ready to manifest the love that you want in your life. Let's break down what is manifesting. So manifesting is when we have a focused area of life where we focus our attention on one thing. And by focusing on what we want, we achieve it because we draw it into our life. However, there's many things that need to happen with that. Many people are currently saying, this is what I want. I want a partner that is X, Y, Z, millionaire, that's beautiful, that's sexy, that's like this, that treats me good, that does all these amazing things. However, when it comes into our life, we reject it or we push it away. And that's because we're not doing the inner work to be able to balance the manifestation. Instead, what we're doing is we're focusing on the outside and just bringing the same old us to the outside and expecting different results. The reason why this has such a big impact on relationships and dating and your love life is because imagine if you did manifest this amazing partner that was secure, loving, kind, passionate, driven, all of these amazing qualities. And what they said to you was, I want to openly communicate. I want to be able to express how I feel about you. And they're not saying that verbally, but they're doing the action. However, if you're not in the place to receive love, if you're not in the place to receive their kindness, then you're going to question their kindness. I had a client that was manifesting for many, many years. And what would happen is she was very beautiful from the outside, but she would talk so badly to herself on the inside. And whenever she would attract somebody, that person would be like, you're beautiful, I really want to get to know you, I really like you. And she would be like, why is he thinking this way? Why is he doing this? Does he just want one thing? And that was because she only saw herself as one thing. She only saw herself as the value of sex. She never saw anything deeper. She didn't realize that she was funny, she was kind, she was considerate. Actually, she was an amazing person to be with. She was doing well in business. She had so much going for her. She was really fun to be around. She didn't see any of these aspects. So when he said to her, I really like you, she thought, you only want me for my body. Therefore, I don't want to be with you. And she would always go and sabotage relationships. And this is actually what she was manifesting, because all she was seeing in herself was just one thing, her outside appearance. She saw that she looked good. She saw that she had a good body. But she didn't recognize or appreciate that she was kind, loving, sweet, attentive, and very funny. And when she started to realize that, she was able to manifest a deeper level of love. And the reason why at that point in her life she couldn't manifest that love was because she would always question it and sabotage it. Drop in the comments if that makes sense. Drop in the comments if that's ever happened to you, because I love it when people engage with the work, because it means you're getting it. And it also gives me more enthusiasm and energy to give more. So no-festing is such a crucial thing that we need to understand. Many people wake up and they say, I can't find love. They say, I don't deserve love. There's no good people out there. And guess what? Their brain goes and focuses on that area of life. And they go out there and they're focused and they go, see, he was rude to me. See, they were disrespectful. See, this good-looking guy just carried on walking. It means they don't like me. This trait and this belief actually comes out into the world. What we think, our thought manifests out into the world. Just to prove this, there was a study done by Dr. Moto, and he actually studied water. With water, he would think and say out loud positive words. I love you. I love you. I am grateful. And what he recognized was that the shape of the atoms of the water would change. They froze the water, they studied it under a microscope, and they were able to see the atoms and the shape of the atoms. And with the shapes that had positive words and information given to it, what would happen is they would be symmetrical and they would look beautiful. However, the ones that were spoken negatively to, you can't achieve things, you're not good enough, you're ugly, blaming, being rude, all these negative emotions that was going into the water, it made it asymmetrical, which in other words means it wasn't aligned. And when we are aligned, that's when miracles and manifestations come into our life really fast. It's our alignment, it's our energy that we're putting out there that actually drives the alignment of life to us. But when we're criticizing ourselves, when we're being negative about opportunities, when we're being negative about life, what happens is we become out of alignment, and it's harder for us to achieve what we want to achieve because we're so confused. And clarity is power. Clarity is the key to getting us to where we want to go to. However, when we're saying, I want a relationship, but I don't know how to receive love, I want to be with a partner, but whenever they love me, I close off. These are traits of no-festing. And although you want something, it gets pushed away because of our own behaviors. So when we align what we want, our intentions, with our inner thoughts, our words, our feelings, and our actions, it comes into our life really fast. Let us know in the comments, have you ever had an experience of manifesting anything in your life, and how was that for you? When we are looking at no-festing, what we do notice most importantly is there are negative beliefs, thoughts and words that are out. Some typical clients that are no-festing their life when they're single is like a episode of Sex and the City. They are talking about all the dramas and the problems that come up in their life around dating and relationships. And to their friends, it's very entertaining. However, to their life, it's very damaging because they want a beautiful relationship. However, they get rewarded for the drama and the problems. And therefore, they actually get confused. Do I want this loving, kind relationship where we're in harmony together, where we're co-creating life together? Or do I want the dramas to share to my friends that gets me love and attention that I'm so conditioned to? And once we start to realize that we need to break that pattern to be able to create the new life that we want, we have to raise our frequency. We have to let go of the limitations, the limited beliefs, the limited words that we're saying out loud and the thoughts that we're having. Then we can start creating the life that we want. Dr. Joe Dispenza speaks about after the age of 35 years old, 95% of our thoughts are the same as the day before, which means that we're continuously repeating the same day after day. If your same thought was to eat McDonald's every day, then you'll be no-festing your life because McDonald's would make you overweight or unhealthy, and therefore you would have an unhealthy body. However, if you changed your thought and you tried a new diet, as simple as it sounds, that would create a different outcome, and this different outcome would lead to a different result. Because when you do go into a new diet, what's really important is a strategy. That's a diet, the plan that you have. But secondly, what's really important is the thoughts and the beliefs that you have around it. You want to believe in your mind that this is going to work. Because once you believe that this is going to work, you put more effort, and your feeling of certainty, of enthusiasm is higher, which creates the outcome that you want to achieve. I created a formula which is E. E is for the energy and the emotion that we put into any activity. F. F is for the focused area that we put this energy and effort into. And then it's times time. Because time could be two things. Time could be present or it could be diluted. If it's diluted, I'll be on my phone at the same time as talking to you. I'll be in the gym and I'll be messaging instead of working out. And this formula equals the result. And we've tested this over many people. And let's just test this right now. Imagine going to the gym and the emotion and energy you're putting into it is fear. Am I good enough? Should I be here? Do I know what I'm doing? And you're still in the gym, so the focused energy is the gym. Times the time, you're there for 1 hour. You're in there for 1 hour, but you're on your phone messaging your friends or distracting yourself, scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through Instagram. What would the result be? It won't be as good as somebody that loved going to the gym, that had that passion and that joy for going to the gym. And they went to the gym for 1 hour over that same period of time. And instead of scrolling, they had their headphones in, listening to music that got them pumped to work out. And during that time period that they're in the gym, they're focused on that next weight. They're focused on having their PB hit, their personal best. Imagine the results they get compared to that one that came in fear. It's the same time, it's the same person. However, the main difference is the energy and the presence or diluted time that you put into anything. And this happens so much. Most people are on dating apps and they're doing it while they're in the toilet scrolling with a very low tired energy, putting very low effort or time into it. And as they're doing that, they're just scrolling away at the same time as being in the toilet. And then they're expecting amazing outcomes. However, they're putting minimum effort into it to get that result. Now, therefore, if that person loved dating, loved meeting people, loved connecting with people online, then they'll put the same time into it, but a different energy. Instead of on the toilet, they might be excited, so it might be at a better time period for them, maybe during the day, or maybe having a drink, or like having a coffee, and they're messaging with excitement and enthusiasm, or listening to good music. And now the results will be completely different because the energy and the effort that they're putting into it is completely different. And that is the key to manifesting. It's feeling the energy of abundance before you have it. It's feeling the energy of what you want now as opposed to when you have it. The old way of looking at life was the outcome equaled our reaction. So whatever we would see on the outside was what we would feel now. This is what we call Newton's law within quantum physics. However, the new model of quantum physics is really looking cause equals effect. So our energy that we put into whatever we do creates the outcome that we want. In order to create abundance in your life, we must feel abundant. When we feel abundant, then we can create that on the outside because we are the energy that matches with it, the vibration that matches with it. And this is the same thing that's happening when we are manifesting or manifesting love. Most people are saying, I would be this way when I meet this partner, that my partner will make me feel more feminine, or my partner would make me feel happy. This is an old way of looking at it, because even when you have a partner, your guard may still be up. Even when you have a partner, you may still not be happy because you can argue with your partner. There's so many issues that can come up in a relationship that the relationship wouldn't solve it. However, what we must do is feel the way we want to feel now, to be in a direct alignment with the life that we want to create, to be able to bring in the partner that we want, and to be able to sustain that healthy long-term relationship. When we think about our happiness being fixed by someone else or an external factor, it's only short-lived, as this is an instant gratification. How many of you have watched something on Netflix or ordered something on Uber Eats, and because of that, you've felt good for the minute. However, half an hour, 45 minutes later, you didn't feel as good. That's because the outside isn't really impacting what's going on in the inside. What we must do is filter the inside and change our beliefs, our thoughts, our vibration, our feeling internally in order for us to maintain a high level and create the results that we want on the outside. Somebody that's no fasting is coming from doubts. They're saying, I'm not good enough, no one will love me, and they really struggle with that self-worth and self-image of themselves. Many of my clients that have been through an abusive relationship normally self-abuse, and the reason why this happens is because when you self-abuse, you open space for someone else to abuse you. For example, if you were dating somebody and you were really harsh on yourself, you were really hard, you really looked at yourself in a bad way, and you would always talk down to yourself. Now this person comes into your life and says you're amazing and sees all your greatness and compliments you. However, you may think, what do you want? What's your agenda? I don't trust you. And that opportunity may go. However, that person that treats you disrespectfully, you say, you're very smart. How did you pick that up about me? And we laugh about it now, but unfortunately it's true. When we're in this energy that we're abusing ourselves, we're being rude to ourselves, then it opens space for others to do it, and we tolerate their behavior. What we must do is be able to change that. And when we start seeing our greatness, when we start thinking and understanding who we are, seeing our greatness, being proud of ourselves, taking the right action, boundaries, setting the right boundaries with ourselves, setting tasks that we can achieve and accomplish, and then also believing that because we are incredible, we're going to attract an incredible partner. Believing that there's only incredible people that come into our lives, knowing and taking the lessons from previous relationships, taking the lessons from previous hurts and realizing that they're gifts, and letting go of any of them past pains, being that being that you create your life as opposed to being a victim of your life. And when you step into that energy of love for life, of love for joy, adding meaning to each day, adding joy to each day that you have, if it's the smallest task of going to work, but just being grateful that you have a job, being grateful for the little things in life, then this allows us to create space to have a higher vibration and attract what we want in our life. Because when we're no-fasting, we're criticizing ourselves and we have no vision of what we want. But when we're manifesting, it's important to put the right feelings and energy into life to attract the vision that you want. So with many of my clients, the way we start, if we start in the outside world, as this is the known, it's what we see through our eyes. So I ask them to think about the partner that they want to create in their life, the partner that they want to have. And when they start describing a strong, passionate, loving, kind partner, I get really excited. I think, amazing. So now I ask them, how would this person show up? What would their day be like? How would they be day to day? And they'll say they'll be busy, ambitious, driven, supportive, open with communication. They're wonderful, right? Okay, so if they're this person now, how must we show up to be that alignment, that match? And this is where the big growth comes in for them and the big changes happen in their life, because they start saying, you know what, well, I would also be happy, I'll be communicating openly. And the most important time to start this practice is right at the start of the relationship, not at the midpoint or towards the end. It will still make a difference, however, it's a harder shift. What's important is when you're getting into a relationship, be able to be in that right energy at the start. So if it is that you want a passionate, loving partner, then bring that passion into your life, bring that joy into your life. Be excited. When you meet this person, be excited and have these positive thoughts. Instead of thinking what's going to go wrong, think about how can I create more excitement in the relationship. Instead of doubting yourself, think about why does this person like me? Appreciate all the times that you spent with your partner. These little shifts are the way that we can create more gratitude, more positive emotions within our relationship, which will lead to better results within the relationship and also better energy. Most people are sick of the flat relationship now where it doesn't serve anyone. People want something that's got either high energy or negative energy, as the polarity attracts people. What's important is choosing one, and I would normally choose the positive, the higher emotions of joy, love, of excitement, because studies have shown how these impact your life in such a positive way. It helps longevity, it helps your body, it helps your health, as well as it helps many things come true into your life. And I always believe, why not live this life full of joy? So the keys to manifesting is aligning your thoughts, aligning your feeling of joy, of enthusiasm, of love, of self-love. The other key to doing this is taking massive action, putting yourself out there to find love. If it's at Love Fest, if it's at different dating events, if it's just even at a social group of people and you're just talking about the relationship that you want to create. It could be very gossipy and easy for people to talk about negative situations, and you can get a lot of attention from there. But I would love for you to let that go in order for you to speak about what you want in the relationship, that beautiful relationship, the passionate relationship, the kindness, the love, and really speak about this relationship that you want. And without you knowing, this person will come into your life and say, I want to be with you. The way this works is ultimately we are atoms. When we zoom out of ourselves and we go back into the universe, we'll see that we are only atoms. And recent studies have found out that when they look at an atom, at the deepest level of it, it looks like the universe, that we are no different to the stars and the cosmos. And the greatness of knowing that is that we are only the frequency and energy that we hold. So when we are clear on who we are, when we are clear on the abundance of love that we have, and us being that energy of love, then we can attract that energy of love easily. See, atoms, what they like to do is match together. If metal was melted, it would easily match with another metal because it will merge together. If we are in hurt from a previous relationship or from other situations in life, it will be very easy for us to attract somebody that also has hurt, because it is an atom combination that will attract really well. I remember that a few years ago, before I got married, I brought my mum to the in-laws' house at the time. And my mum was going through a negative spell at the time, and she was thinking negative thoughts and she was talking about negative things. And it was really sad for her at that moment in time. Thankfully, she's now got an attitude of gratitude, and a lot of that has changed now. With this negative thought pattern, she came to the house, and somebody from my wife's family also had a negative pattern. And without knowing, both of them came and stood next to each other. And they spoke the whole day. And guess what? They had a good time talking, but it was all negative conversation. It's because two negative energies just merged together, and it was very easy for that to connect. However, when we're trying to create a more positive life and outlook on life, and we want better results for life, if you want that healthy relationship, the thoughts, the words, the vibration that we must be putting out there has to align with what we want in the world, as this will match. And I've seen this in my own life as well. As I've gone more spiritual, I come across so many spiritual people naturally, where in the past I never met anyone spiritual because I was in the wrong vibration. When I was younger, I used to be aggressive, and I used to be really hurt. Without a father, I used to question myself. Why did this person not love me? Why was this person not there for me? And this aggression really translated into life. I would actually hang around with other fighters and would always argue and fight and talk about fighting, and would be in that energy of aggression. And this energy I had to let go of and move away from during my life. Now I'm in this energy of love and giving love and joy, and thankfully I've been able to create a lot more joyful, friendly people and a lot more love in the world. This is how you manifest the life that you want. And the great way to do this is to have your intention, the vision of what you want. Look at the relationship that you want to create. Look at the partner. And then understand how much you show up to be in alignment to that. What would you believe? What would you do? And how would you feel when you're in that beautiful relationship and this person loves you dearly and this person's there for you forever? how would you feel around them? What would you be like? Would you be open with communication? Would you be open with telling them, I love you, I'm here for you, I care for you? Or would you be in a beautiful space of giving them space, understanding them, putting their needs first? Because when we're in fear, we have a contracted energy. Because this fear is holding us. And this fear is all about the I, it's about survival. It's like, how do I survive? What do I do to find love? What do I do to be able to attract a right partner? But what if no one likes me? And what if I don't like them? It's all about the I. But when you're in love and you have that energy of love, it's an open energy. It's a radiance of loving others as well as loving yourself. It's a radiance of having this openness, of giving that love, expressing it, being free with it. And this is a key thing that I ask my clients that really help them transform. I ask them, when you're in fear, how do you act? And some would say, Sonny, I'm closed off. Some others will say, Sonny, I'm just quiet, I don't talk. Some would say, I cheat. Whoa. But it's true. When we're in fear, we cheat because we're scared. What if this person leaves me? Some would say, Sonny, I get angry, I get annoyed, I get controlling. I go, okay, because that is all fear. Some would say that they try and control little moments of life, little decisions. And sometimes I like to be the one that's in charge, so I sometimes put them down. But in this fear, there's no love, because fear and love can't be in the same room together. So then I ask them, well, how do you act when you're in love? Because when I'm in love, I'm free. The tone changes, the physiology changes, everything changes. Because when I'm in love, I'm free. I talk to them with love, I laugh, we connect more. I'm just there in the moment. I'm not thinking of anything else. I was like, something to think about there. She goes, yeah, when I'm just in love, I'm just being myself. Oh, okay, what else? How else are you when you're in love? I'm open. I talk, I listen, I understand. I'm curious about them. I try and get to know them more. I try new things. Wow, you sound like an amazing person when you feel this energy of love. I go to them, well, I wonder, how would life be when you're more than that energy? Oh, sure, I'll find love and create a lot of passion and joy in my life. And I ask them, so are you ready for that relationship? And they close off again. And they go, oh, I'm not sure. But when you really look at manifesting and manifesting, when you put the right energy, thoughts, words into the life that you want to create, and you put this energy out consistently, you're able to create this. You're able to bring in that magic of life, that magic of love. You'll be able to bring in that partner into your life, because that secure, loving partner that's passionate, driven, open with communication. If they meet you here, and especially when we're past the age of 26, 27, now life becomes more limited with time as opposed to an abundance of time. After that age, you focus on what's important. So if you're always chasing somebody that's closed, it's not worth it anymore. However, when you're young, you have an abundance of time and you don't mind playing games. But when you get a bit older, you get maturer, you get clearer on what you want. And then when you're open and ready to communicate at a better level, and this person's continuously closed, you think, I haven't got time for this. It's draining. Who's ever had that feeling before? It's draining to me. So when we're in this level of love, of joy, of excitement, to create, to be there in a relationship, then we can create that beautiful life that we want. And this energy comes out. Some others say, when I'm in this level of love, I'm more playful, I'm more myself. And these are keys to creating that beautiful chemistry and love within the relationship, as opposed to playing this push and pull game of running around, going in and out all the time. It's about creating this higher vibration of love, because this energy of love allows you to put more energy into work. It allows you to put more energy into life. It allows you to wake up with more energy, because you are the being of love. In order for us to get to this, from being in fear and going to love, normally there's a bridge in between, which is hurt. And in order to overcome this hurt, it's about forgiveness, about forgiving and changing the meaning, seeing the past as a gift, and realizing that that gift made you stronger, better, and how that has worked for you in many ways of your life, how this has served you to create the life that you want. In order for us to open back up, to be open-hearted, to feel love again. Now, I want to ask you, now when you're going into a relationship and you're in this being of love, what thoughts would you have around love? Would you think this relationship's going to work? Would you think I'm enjoying this and I'm excited to see how things go? What other thoughts may you have around love? That you attract great people into your life? That this world is full of amazing people? Now, what would you speak out about your relationship when you're in love? You'll speak about the joy, how things are going well, how life is exciting, how your family and friends are doing well, and you're dating and you're enjoying it, and you're communicating well with the passion and the joy and what you have planned. How would you feel waking up in love every day? You feel that love inside, you feel that chemistry, you feel that buzz, you feel alive again. And what actions would you take? Would you be communicating more often? Would you be openly communicating, expressing, messaging, talking? Would you be able to be playful, be fun, date with more fun, date with more confidence, try different things, go to different restaurants, go to different places? Would you be open to travel to different places together? Would you be open to even meet each other's parents or other things? Would that come up for you? And now with this partner, if this person told you that he loves you and they really care about you and they see how amazing you are, what would come up for you when you're in this energy of love and this being of love? Would you accept it openly or would you close it off? I think you will probably accept it more. You'll receive them words and his feelings more openly. You wouldn't need to question them. Now, what about going into fear? Let's go back into no fasting. So you want this life, but you're in fear. What are the thoughts that you have around relationships when you're in fear? I'm not going to find love. Dating's hard. Relationships are hard. What if they don't like me? Now, how do you speak? Oh, dating sucks. Is there any bad people out there? Oh no, I had this bad experience. Oh, you shouldn't go out there dating. There's criminals out there. What else would you focus on when you're in fear? How else would you speak about dating? Oh, well, I don't want to tell you about my relationship just in case it goes wrong. Yeah? That's a poor belief, that is. Not celebrating the success and joy that you have in your life because you're in fear that it might be taken away from you. When people think something could be taken, it's because they don't believe that they're creating it or they're in abundance of it. So when you're in this fear, hey, you don't want to share. Or if I tell you about my partner, what if you put nazar on it? What if you put some black magic on it? What if you put negativity on it? We put this belief out there and now we get scared that people are going to put a dampener on the life that we have. And now what do we speak about instead? Oh, things that are going okay, they're not going as good. And what are we verbally putting out there? Remember, what we speak out are vibrations that go into the world. And when we speak out in fear or doubt or negativity, then it comes out into the world, wobbling, shaking, just like the water experiment. It's wobbly, it's unsure, it's unknown, it's uncertain. However, when we're speaking in positive words and stronger vibrations, remember they're symmetrical. This is all in alignment with what we want. So when we're in fear and we're speaking out, oh, well, I don't want people to take it away from me. I don't want them to see the bad that I'm creating in the world, the negatives. When we're putting this out there in fear, in doubts, then this is also that's coming out into the world, and therefore it's taking longer for it to come true. And it's also vibrating with other people that are in fear. And then we're coming across other people at that same level and vibration that we are at, because that's what we're speaking out into the world. What actions do you take when you're in fear? Do you question the messages? Do you take your time? Do you not be as open to receive love? Do you not be as open to connect with them? If they're kind to you, do you push it away? What do you do when you're in fear compared to love? Do you close off? Do you play games? Do you ignore the ones that like you and chase the ones that don't? These are all things that come from fear. These are all doubts, hesitancies that come. And even the other ones that we spoke about earlier, we have to surrender. And in surrendering, it's a powerful thing that comes in faith. Giving ourselves faith with the universe, faith with the world, a faith of this giant creator. When you think about who we truly are at a deeper level, we're part of the universe, the cosmos. And there was a creator that set this whole thing up in order for us to breathe, oxygen. If you've ever seen birth before, you see how beautiful it is, because a baby is formed within another human that feeds off the mother's body and nutrients, that comes out and then is breastfed through a mother that's never been able to deliver milk in the past. But all of this comes through us. And in this faith, we can trust that just like how we breathe, and we can trust just how the plants grow and the rain comes. In this faith, we can trust that our intention's going to come true. Having faith allows us to believe and overcome any fear. It allows us to have a higher perspective, taking our limitations away and connecting more to the creator of the world, the creator of life, believing and trusting in the being of more, and knowing that we can vibrate and connect with different people. Just how metal merges with metal, love merges with love, hurt merges with hurt. Now we must choose, do we want fear or love? Because when manifesting the life that we want, we can have faith that the way that the whole world works would be the same for us. Our cause and effect, the energy that we put out there will have the effect that we want back. The Bible speaks about, as you sow, you reap. And this is the same. In giving love to others, in giving a compliment, in giving what you want, is how it returns. Because this is the vibration and the energy that you give out there. As you are becoming a vibrational match for that incredible partner that's full of joy, full of love, full of happiness, generous, kind, and you are also the same, generous, kind, giving, loving, then this vibrational match matches. And this is where this partner just comes into your life out of the blue. The magic of this partner just falls into your life. And then you would meet this amazing partner that you want. So stop manifesting. It's time to manifest the life, the love, the partner that you want. Because this is what you deserve. It starts with the right actions, intentions, and gratitude for who you are, for the life that you have, and trusting that this divine universe, divine timing has a plan for you. I remember one of my clients, she struggled with love for many years, and she was holding on to hurt and pain, which also made her strong. And we changed her meaning. It helped her to understand that this was a gift for her to become stronger, for her to become clear on who she is, and for her to be able to overcome so many challenges in life. She gave this new meaning to the problem that she had. She forgave the person that gave her the problem. And as she forgave, she began to open her heart again. As she opened her heart, she had the intention of finding this beautiful partner. She journaled it. She wrote it down that this beautiful partner is coming into her life, that I am ready and I'm open to receive love. Because affirmations are so powerful, because every minute of the day, we are affirming as we are speaking to ourselves. So when we're affirming what we want, it magnetizes it to come true. And as this woman went through this process of knowing, I attract incredible people in my life, I am open to receiving that love now. I love people, and started giving love, and she started complimenting people, and she was open to receive that love back. She started to open herself up. All that closeness disappeared. She started feeling safe to love again as I worked with her. And then she found love. This beautiful partner came into her life, and things are going really well. Many times with the clients that I work with, they're able to create that open space inside of their heart, able to create an open space in their daily life, a practice of gratitude, a practice of centering themselves with meditation, a practice of listening to prayers or uplifting music, a practice of writing down the vision that they want and getting excited for that vision. And as they do, they take the steps, they take the action, and they keep believing the thoughts they want to believe to create that love, that joy that they want in their life. And as they do, that's when the magic happens. I ask you to step into this power to manifest the life you want. And I believe in you. I know that you can do this. Write down the life that you want to create, the partner, the love, the joy. Write down how you'd feel in that life. Be clear on who you are, how you would act, how you would behave, how you would think. Align yourself to this vision. And every step of the way, where you're aligning yourself to this vision, it will come closer and closer. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you. Let go of any hurts, past beliefs, past pains, any friends that don't serve you. It's time for you to live to your full potential. It's time for you to serve, value yourself, respect yourself, put your energy out there, expand your energy, give to more, love more, be more, because this is your time, this is your life.